All right, how has pop culture had an influence on your life?
Well, pop culture, I think, makes difference on everybody's lives. It's just a matter of whether we're aware of it or not. I think that music has like the ability and the power to just like seep into just who you are, and just kind of the way you think and the way you act, and just it has a bigger influence than I think we realize. So pop culture is just kind of everywhere, and music does have that like freeing power to make you feel good or to relax you, or just it's kind of like yeah, it's just everywhere, and it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And although you're from a younger generation, how has 50s and 60s music influenced your life today?
I would say, well, growing up, my sisters and I were always exposed to like artists that I would say kind of paved the way for music today. Kind of our dad always exposed us to like Patsy Cline and Bob Seger, and just like a little bit of Elvis Presley, so kind of some old time classics of the music world. So that kind of, for me personally, it's affected me because I appreciate it so much more, and I appreciate the authenticity of where music has come from, and the foundation that other people have made for music. I have a heart and a bigger appreciation for that music than a lot of the music that's being made today. So I'm appreciative of it because it gives me something to compare it to, and just kind of a higher standard that I feel like music has to live up to. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jose Cortez.
Okay, and how do you think music affects media?
I think music can be positive or negative, but it depends how you look at it. For me, it's a positive effect because I use it for like studying and to motivate me throughout like harsh times. So if I'm studying, I usually like a different type of genre, and if I'm like I don't know, like down or in a bad mood, I don't know, I listen to uplifting music, so I don't know, gets me in a better or happier mood.
In the 1990s and the early 2000s, the artists relied a lot on cassettes and CDs to get their music, to sell their music. And now most artists rely on iTunes or their sale through the internet. How do you think this impacts the artists?
I think it's better for the artists because like back in the day, like like if you weren't liked, or if a music label didn't sponsor you, or like didn't like your stuff, like you pretty much like didn't have a chance to have any sales. But now like I mentioned before, if you post like something on YouTube and people like it, like eventually like somebody's gonna hire you to produce a song because people like it. So people can get across to fans or to the general public without being actually signed by a record label or a music label. Eventually you get famous. So like someone will get famous because they're liked, not because like they're showed on a TV, on a popular TV show or a popular radio station. So I think it's better in every way except the fact that maybe their work is not going to be paid for, because people are downloading things illegally. So that's the only side effect, or the negative side effect I see in social media.
In the 1990s, many artists relied on the mainstream media such as radio and television to get their music or product across. Now there's a lot of social media that artists use. Which do you think is better for the artists and for their public?
I think the only negative side of social media is that like artists, or their songs or their work can be like like pirated, like just being downloaded illegally online. But besides that, like I think it's all a plus because like they don't depend on like a single like radio station or like a single TV show for their show to get off. I mean, like they just post it like on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. And if fans like it, like they're gonna share it with their friends and eventually get famous. So because they're liked by a music label which may be biased in some way or or another. So I think it's better for them.
Okay, thank you, Jose.
All right.
Hi, I'm Beyonce. To the left, to the left.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Bruno Mars. I'll catch a grenade for ya.
I'm Selena Gomez. No questions about Justin Bieber, please.
We are some artists, just a few artists, that are going to be talking about how we have influenced our generation. As with Beyonce, she's kind of the exception of the rule. She has been influencing the late 90s and now our generation, or the millennium generation. And then you have young artists like Selena Gomez and I, who are just starting off. You will be able to see what our interviews are, and we'll be able to talk a little bit about how we have influenced different generations of music.
Bruno, you being a newer artist, who influenced you in your music, and how do you feel like you're influencing today's generation?
Well, actually, Beyonce, you were a positive and a major influence on me because you're a great performer and you're very beautiful. But, you know, there were many, many artists like Elvis, the Beatles, those are just a few. But right now I'm trying to be a positive influence for my fans and write good music and have
Wait. Didn't I just read an article that you were like eating cocaine or something? I mean,
We're staying positive here today, people.
Yes.
You were saying, Bruno.
Thank you. And, you know, things do happen with artists, and we do make mistakes, but we try and recover from them. Our lives are very public, and we just want to be positive influences for our fans. And
So you're better now.
yes.
That's all that matters.
Well, Selena Gomez, we have obviously heard many, many things about you. Some of them good, some of them not good.
Bruno?
But one of them that is good, how do you think that you have been a positive influence on the many young Americans watching Disney Channel, because you were one of the first Mexican-American Chicanas on television?
well, you see, Bruno, since my debut in Wizards of Waverly Place, I've gained a lot of popularity, you know, and yes, I am among the first Mexican Americans on Disney Channel, actually. And I don't know, I'm so thankful to Disney Channel and everything I can bring to my audience, you know, with my acting, singing career. I'm so grateful to my fans.
You're a triple threat, aren't you?
We don't want to get her head too big. So she's still young.
But I have a lot of potential.
Artists, we can all agree that we are in the spotlight and we have a lot of influence on music and the music that the American people listen to. So what's something that we want our fans to always remember us, by, or that we've influenced American culture? Beyonce?
I want all of my fans, all the American people out there, to remember that you can fulfill your dreams regardless of having a family. Always pursue your goals and live out those hopes and dreams that you have. You, Bruno?
Well, I just want, people to realize that if you make a mistake, you can always fix it, or you can always, recover from it. And I think that that's one of the best things about being, influencing American culture, is that you can always pick yourself up from that.
Well, when people hear my music, I just really want to get to the youth, really. I want them to be inspired, to let them know that it's possible, regardless if you're black, white, Mexican. We all have our struggles, and we all come out through them. So as long as you stay motivated, I think anything's possible.
Those are some great, great answers, you guys. And I think that us as artists, from different generations, we can have a lot of influence over the American people and over, its culture too. So,
By the way, I am not pregnant and I dumped him. You hear that, Justin?